half eaten alive. I've got bites all over me from last night. My eye is still super swollen. Not that bad, but it's swollen. And I've had barely any sleep. It's now 10 a.m, so I went to bed at about 3 last night, given the thunderstorms. And I was just playing it safe, to be honest. I didn't really fancy sleeping beneath a load of big trees in a tent by a river. And everyone else did, they were fine. But yeah, it was some big lightning and some big thunder, and you could just see it all around, you know. And it would go away for like 20 minutes, and all of a sudden you'd have this lightning, and then 1 second later a huge crack of thunder. So I just thought, I'm going to wait inside till it's gone, which is what I did, but now I'm kind of tired. And I also don't really know exactly what I want to do today. I know I want to go to Lake Bled potentially, but then, you know, this part of the trip I'm finding a little bit harder to kind of know what to do, where to go, how long to stay there, because there's nowhere in particular that I know I need to go or want to go. It's kind of open-ended right now. It's kind of, not open-ended, that's the wrong word. It's kind of free fall, I guess. And the planning is kicking back in because Bosnia and Montenegro are now out. I'm kind of like, well, what do I want to see up here instead? Now I've got more time up here. And I'm also trying to work out how to get home. So, yeah, best way home. But anyway, I'm going to get some coffee on the go. I'm covered in bites. It's so annoying. Because I didn't really think about putting spray on. I just literally got out of the tent and sat in shelter for way longer than what I thought it would be. This is the first time on this entire trip that I'm putting the tent away wet, which has been, you know, mental because it's been so dry and so warm the whole trip. It's been really lucky, you know. And the one time it did rain, I put it away before it rained and got a hotel. So yeah, you could say it's been a pretty good trip so far. Anyway, tent's going away. I'm going to grab one more coffee on the way out from reception and then hit the road. I'm just waiting for Klaus to send me some recommendations for Austria. I've sent him a couple of passes where I'm thinking of entering into Austria today. I think I'm going to go and hit Lake Bled. It's getting quite late now. It's not late, it's about 11 o'clock. So I'm going to pack up, get out, get on the road, probably go to Lake Bled, which is about a 2-hour ride from here. Sit down around Lake Bled if it's not raining, and try and find somewhere to stay tonight, whether that's a campsite or an Airbnb or a booking.com. I'm easy tonight, to be honest. I would like somewhere where I can actually sit down, spend 2 nights, and re-ground myself, and also cut a vlog and get back to a few people, things like that, just to catch up on life admin a little bit, and then get back on the road and enjoy the rest of Austria before working out my route back. That's the plan for today. And hopefully we'll come across some beautiful scenery and beautiful places along the way. Obviously I'll be filming those and documenting those. Okie dokie, we are back on the bike, all packed up, a little bit pickled today, to be honest. A bit of a bad pack, but it's been a bit of a weird stop off. I've not camped for about 5 or 6 days, and it's weird, when you've had a few days off, you kind of, like everything else I guess, you lose the flow. And I didn't get much sleep last night because of the rain and thunderstorms. Just stopped off because Klaus texted me and I've asked him for some recommendations once again, and you know what? he's given me some. I am so grateful that I met him on the way here on the ferry, because he has been an absolute legend in recommending me routes, because he's done it all, you know, and why wouldn't you ask somebody that's already done it all what they recommend? So I've now got a new route which is going to take me on parts gravel and up toward Lake Bled, and then back off of Lake Bled into, and there's a police car, into Austria. That is an 8-hour ride, so there's no way I'm doing that whole thing today, that's for sure, because it's already getting on. But rather than choose where I'm going to stay right now, I'm going to ride for a bit, then stop off, get some breakfast, and then decide on where I'm going to stop tonight, and hopefully find accommodation whilst having breakfast. Today is much cooler, by the way. It's definitely cooled down a lot. It's about 28, 29 degrees today, and that is such a relief. Yesterday was a lot. It got super humid. I couldn't stop sweating yesterday, and then obviously we had a thunderstorm, and now it's cooled right down, which is beautiful. I also asked myself a question, I put it in the vlog a couple of days ago: is the vlog affecting the trip? You know, does it mean I'm doing the trip differently? Does it mean that I'm experiencing it all differently? And I think the answer is most definitely yes. I'm finding the vlog harder and harder at the moment, and that is because I'm lacking a plan, and that's also becoming more and more difficult to deal with and accept, because, you know, I'm kind of riding around trying to plan again each morning. The Balkans and Croatia was fine, because it was unknown to me, and I was just happy to be there and ride around, and obviously that kind of all went a bit downhill anyway. I was really looking forward to Montenegro, but pulled the plug just to be safe. So all of this could definitely be more planned, but I think I just need to, it's this thing of acceptance again, and just saying, you know what, I've had a loose plan, and it's okay to have a very loose plan, and now I'm just trusting the recommendations from Klaus and following the routes that he sent to me, which have all been amazing so far, so there's no need to doubt it, you know. But it's difficult to be keeping up with the vlog and doing it well when I don't really know where I'm heading to or what I'm going to see, you know. And I've been to so many places now, my mind's a bit of a jumble with the names of places that I'm heading toward and what areas that I'm in anymore. And all I really know today is that this route could end up being parts gravel, which is fun. Not unbearable gravel, but, you know, light gravel, basically not tarmac. And we're heading up toward Lake Bled, which will be the furthest that I go today, because I know that's about a 3.5 hour ride from here. So I have to say I'm quite looking forward to getting back at the moment. Not that I'm not appreciating the trip, but I'm starting to fall behind on everything. It's kind of had a knock-on effect. So I've not got any clean clothes almost now. I've just not found the time, and I've just been too tired whenever I get to the place that I'm going to stop off and do anything else. It's literally been stopping off, getting myself some food, getting myself a drink, putting the tent up or settling down for an hour or two, then going to sleep, getting up, getting back on the road. So I've just not had time to do anything like wash clothes or check the bike over or do the vlog or anything like that. It's literally been just 1, 2, 3 ABC, you know. Do the essential things, brush my teeth, have some water, have some food, go to bed, wake up, move on. And it's definitely beginning to get to me at the moment. I mean, this is week 4 of doing this now, I think. And yeah, a part of me is looking forward to having some comfort, you know. A part of me is looking forward to washing the bike, putting it away for a few days, then getting back on it just to enjoy going for a short ride around places that I know. It's weird, that feels very weird to say, being out here, you know, but there's just been a lot of uncertainty these past few days. Maybe a couple of days off will really help me out. But I think it's just some rest that I need, some proper rest and some downtime to then recuperate and really enjoy the rest of this trip without moving on every single day. Yeah, and then I really do need to set myself, I need to book a ferry essentially this week sometime, so I know exactly when I'm heading back, and then I can plan around that. I think that's part of the situation right now that I'm in, is the fact that I don't exactly know when I'm heading back, and it would be good to know, okay, that's my date, here's what I can do now, rather than what do I want to do and then I'll find a date to get back. It's better to have a deadline, I feel, and then I can do things or not do things around the time that I've got, and then at least I know when I'm going to be home. I can tell people when I'm home. Yeah, many mixed feelings and thoughts right now, to be honest, but I am looking forward to the journey today. My phone also keeps locking itself, so I'm having to keep pulling over to turn over and unlock my phone so I can see the map again. It's quite annoying, and I don't know why. I guess it's the vibrations from the bike, or the phone charge is also playing up again. For some reason the cap on top of the USB plug keeps letting water in, so I'm going to have to start tying a bag over that whenever it rains. It's not doing a very good job of stopping the rain getting through. Anyway, let's find some breakfast. Okay guys, here's the situation right now. I have had a realization today that obviously my plans have changed a lot on this trip, and I really wanted to do Italy and Albania, but couldn't do that in the end. Well, I decided not to do that in the end. But then I managed to do some of the Balkans, which was amazing. Despite it only being one day, yes, it was still amazing. And I'm glad that I managed to get down there, despite the fact that I also wasn't insured. However, here's the thing. Because the original plan is not happening, which was to do Italy and spend a bit more time out here, obviously I've had a bit more time spare to do other things, and I felt the need to fill that time with doing more, seeing more, you know, potentially going to Prague, or, you know, potentially going to the Netherlands and stuff like that after Austria. But then I've had the realization today that just because I've got more time doesn't mean I have to spend it out here. And unless I really want to go and see some places like Prague or the Netherlands, which are on the way home, what's the point in going there? You know, I've got nowhere that I actually want to go and see or ride around in those places. The only place that I really want to go to after Slovenia is Austria. So I have come to make the final decision this morning that, you know, you need to know when the trip's going to end. And because I've been so loose with my plans, and I've pretty much got the whole month until I need to be home. So it's kind of been like this endless time frame that I've got 2 months out in Europe. But I don't need to use all that time, and I've realised that I'm spending money, you know, staying in places around areas that I don't particularly want to be in or see. Yes, it's lovely and it's been incredible, like, to ride around these unknown areas that I haven't really planned, but that was much easier to do in France, in Switzerland and in Italy, because it didn't really matter where you went. You'd always turn a corner and you'd see something phenomenal. You'd see mountain passes, or you'd see huge lakes, or you'd see, you know, in the Dolomites, you just, every single turn you make, you see something incredible. Whereas out here, I'm just riding around a lot of country roads at the moment, which is also lovely, don't get me wrong, but I'm also like, what am I doing here right now? What do I actually want to see? And I don't really have an answer to that question. So my plan now is to actually just go up to Lake Bled. Probably not today now, it's getting on, and well, we'll see. It'll be late afternoon by the time I get there. I kind of stopped off for an hour to have a coffee and just work out what the hell I'm actually doing out here. And then once I've done Lake Bled and all of that stuff up that way and some nice passes into Austria, I'm going to spend a few days in Austria, maybe 4 or 5 days, see Matthias, see Klaus, go for a little ride, explore the area, because Austria looks next level. I guess it's the whole Alps area, you can't really go wrong, you know. And then I'm just going to head home. I'm going to stop looking for more places to visit and see on this trip and call it a day. Head through Germany. And obviously, yes, I will look at places I can stop and might want to see on the way home. Of course I'm going to do that. I'm not going to just ride highways all the way home. I'd like to try and avoid that. But I think there comes a time when you know the trip is done, you know, when you're going to call it a day. And I don't want to push it too far and start not enjoying it, which this past 2 days, I'll be honest, haven't been that enjoyable. The airbase was definitely a highlight for sure, but the rest of it has just been a bit meh. You know, I've been tired, it's been very warm, it's been really hard going. I've done a lot of riding and not particularly come across, you know, anything that I've been like, oh wow, other than the airbase. And look, I know this is a huge privilege to be out here with unlimited time, and I'm doing things that people dream of. I've dreamt of this for 20 years since I was a little kid, but there comes a time where you've got to just be like, okay, I've done enough for now. I need to call it a day before it gets too much and head home. And this is also definitely influenced by me being, you know, tired and having ridden loads for the past few days. I totally get that, and I might be fine again tomorrow, of course. But I'm quite keen to get home, see my family, see Annabelle, find a job, a part-time job. It's something that I need to do right now. I'll be honest, it's been a really difficult trip, and it's really hard to describe to people, you know, that it's not been easy going. It's been a lot, and you know, I know it looks like I've just been riding around having a great time most of the time, but also it's been a lot of, you know, you're constantly looking at where you might want to go, you're constantly looking at places to stay, you're constantly budgeting and checking that, you know, you've got enough money to do it all, and packing and repacking and meeting new people every day and being in new places every day, and it's a lot. I'll be honest, it's a lot. And I definitely know now, I more than 100% know now exactly what I would do next time I come, when I do it again eventually. So that's good. I forgot to get petrol. Okay, anyway, long chat, long story short, I am definitely feeling ready to head back home after Austria. Is the plan. I don't need to extend it any longer than what I already have. I feel like I've done what I need to do, and I've had a great time, and I don't want to push it too far. Hey guys, I'm currently having massive issues with my internet. It won't seem to work whatsoever. I've basically done about half an hour's worth of riding today. It's almost 2 o'clock, and today is going to absolute shit at the moment. I don't know where to go. My maps aren't working. I'm going to cut some places off the ride. Oh, it's just not loading anything right now. I'm kind of lost at the moment for where to go. So yeah, today is going really badly. It's been one of the worst days I've had yet. I kind of have no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going. So yeah, I'll be back on the bike soon once I've sorted this out. Okay, as you can see, the maps are back on, which is great. I kind of know where I'm going now, but I'm just having one of those days. That car, no, it's alright. I'm having one of those days and I just cannot, seem to function effectively. My internet's not working very well. My phone keeps playing up. I've been traveling for about half an hour and I feel like I'm getting nowhere today. I'm just starting to miss familiarity as well. I'm missing Annabelle, I'm missing home, I'm missing just being able to know where I'm going and what I'm doing tomorrow, and that routine of familiarity basically. I've also had some stuff happen with the family that I need to go home for now and see my dad, see my sister, see my siblings and make sure they're all okay. And at the moment, obviously, I'm halfway across Europe on a motorbike, so there's not much I can do. This shit happens when you're on these trips, and you just gotta kind of deal with it, I guess. And I'm starting to really feel the need of mental resilience at the moment, just to carry on. I know that tomorrow's gonna be better after I've had some sleep. But I think self-care is also massively important on these things, and you really have to go easy. And if you haven't slept much, then just take the time to, catch up and get some sleep and recuperate. Eat some food, get some rest, put your feet up, plan a little bit, and actually know what you're doing. These roads are beautiful now, by the way. Good to be back out on some nice roads. It's been a while. There's not too much to film right now, and I'm just going to kind of take it easy today with the vlog. Also take it easy on myself. And we have indeed tipped 3,000 miles on this trip today. So I'll do a little talk about the bike shortly and the 6,000 mile mark. How it's been, how it's going. But obviously you've seen, if you're watching this vlog and you've watched it from the beginning, that it's been a brilliant bike to have for this trip. Ow! Whatever that was just got me right on the nipple. Something just got me. Here's what's happening. I've just stopped off at a supermarket and had some lunch. I just bought a piece of pork and a sandwich for tonight. And here's what's going to happen. I have just booked myself a little hotel for 60 euros. And I'm going to go to it. And then I'm going to take a nice big break for the night. I'm just feeling really run down today. Mentally I'm okay, but physically my body is just feeling this past few days big time. So I'm gonna just stop. It's a 30-minute ride from here towards Bled. I won't get to Bled today, but yeah, it's the cheaper option. Anywhere around that area, obviously it's very touristy. It's very expensive. So yeah, half an hour we'll be at the accommodation, and I cannot wait to get there today. It's just been a really tough day, and it's all kind of stacked up to today, which has kind of floored me. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to taking a break. Oh, I'm so excited! Oh man, I've missed this. Just, you know, there's just something about being up this way that I love. Look at that. And I can't quite put my finger on what it is. I've been trying to describe it in all of the little snippets that I've been chatting about in the past few moments, but I don't know, there's just something really beautiful about the mountainous regions, and I honestly don't think you can beat it. I can't tell you how happy I am to be back up here. The mini hotel. It's a bit rogue, it's a bit remote, but you know what? I've got nothing that I want to do tonight, so this is perfect for me. Oh, nice. And what a view of the mountains we have from here. This is the perfect spot to sit and plan for tomorrow. Oh yeah. So we're in a hotel. I could not be happier right now just to have a place to put my head down. I just walked into the store cupboard and I thought, this can't be my room. It was tiny, but I found my room, thankfully. And it's fine. That's the room. And the view hits all the Slovenian mountains over there, which I'm going to head to tomorrow, and I cannot wait. I have literally been eaten alive yesterday waiting for that thunderstorm to pass, but check it out. I just wanted to say, a big lesson I've learned this week is that don't try and do too much. It's a big lesson I've learned, and it's one that I learn over and over again in various situations in my life. Don't do too much. Because I think the Balkans are a very different trip to the Alps and Dolomites and the northern part of, where I was. It's a very different trip. And I think, to be honest, I don't regret going down because I really enjoyed it. It was a good fun. It was a great experience, and I saw many places and did many things that I will not forget for a long time to come. But I don't think there was much point in me going down south. I didn't see much. I barely spent any time there. I experienced it, so I definitely know what to expect next time I go. Roughly, but I think it's a whole different trip in itself. I think, yes, I've had 4 to 6 weeks of open time for this trip so far. I've got maybe 1 remaining now after this weekend, and I think there's no point in trying to do too much. It's my first trip as well, you know what I mean? I've really pushed it hard for this one, and I've learned so many things. But yeah, my main piece of advice would be don't try and do too much. Even spend 2 weeks in the Alps and go to the Dolomites and have a great time there. That's fine, that's loads. You don't need to go too far to find serious beauty. And I'm so happy to be back. Anyway, big lessons learned for the next trip.